Good morning, lovelies. I'm glad that you joined us today at our Sweet Home Life. I was getting ready to make some rolls. It's been rainy today, and I actually wanted to make a lemon meringue pie. But they say if it's rainy or the humidity's high, that the meringue will not do like it's supposed to do. And also rolls, they say, have a harder time rising. But on these, you actually put in the refrigerator to let those rise. So I'm going to try these and see how it does with the rainy weather. But anyway, we're getting started here, and I have me some white lily bread flour, and let's see what we have. We have a half a cup of sugar in this bowl, 3/4 cup shortening, 1 cup of buttermilk, and 1 teaspoon of salt, and 6 cups of this flour. And so you divide it, 3 cups here, and I'm doing another 3 cups here. And they say don't do it straight from the bag. I think it makes it where it'll be heavier. Now you look at this old Tupperware measuring cup. I'm using this. I got this when I first got married, so it's an oldie but goodie. I've already got 3 cups in one bowl and 2 in the other, so I was just going to show you what I did to kind of make the flour a little bit lighter. Okay, that's my 1 cup, just kind of smoothing that out. And then I'm putting it in this strainer and kind of sifting it to make it lighter. So hopefully they will rise really well. They should. Okay, so I've got that taken care of. So let me move it this side of the way. Well, I hope you all are having a good day. And we're going to be using 2 packs of yeast for these rolls. And also something else that's a little bit different. You have to have a 1/3 cup of these potato flakes that we're going to add later. So anyway, we're going to get started. Okay, here's a look of our ingredients we're going to be adding. Okay, we have a 1/2 cup sugar, 3/4 cup shortening, 1 cup buttermilk, 1 teaspoon salt, and we're going to heat this on low until the shortening melts. And we have a total of 6 cups of flour, 3 cups in each bowl. So we'll be adding our ingredients into a saucepan and heating it on low. The first thing we're going to add is the 1/2 cup sugar into our saucepan. We're going to add our 1 teaspoon salt. We're going to add our 3/4 cup shortening. You can use Crisco or any kind of solid shortening. Well, I just dropped it in the pot. Oh, isn't that hilarious? Okay. Kind of have to clean that up. Get all my shortening. Okay. I guess I got most of it. Alright. And we need our 1 cup of buttermilk. Okay. So we're going to put this over here on the stove on low. I think you need to stir it. I've got that shortening all over my hand. So we're going to stir this until the shortening melts. I said you do not want it to boil. You only want it to melt the shortening. And then you're going to add the potato flakes, and after it cools, you're going to add your yeast. Because if you have this too hot, it kills your yeast. I think it needs to be about 110 the temperature does in order for it not to kill the yeast. other ingredients. Okay, I cut the eye off because this has melted the shortening. And I'm going to put 3/4 of a cup of water, warm water it says, and then a 1/3 cup of instant potato flakes, like you make instant potatoes, a 1/3 cup of that. She says use a whisk for that. Okay, so stirring these in good, and then we're going to have to let this cool, because it can't be over 110 degrees, I believe, or it'll kill your yeast. So it's going to take a little bit for that to cool, and what we'll do is we will pour this yeast up in 1/4 cup of water when that gets just about cool. So we will see you when that cools. Okay, I have dissolved my yeast in this. The water was about 111. I think it can be between 110 and 115 for your water temperature. So hopefully it will rise. So we're just going to put that over there for right now and check and see what the temp is on this. Okay, that's about 145, so that's got a ways to cool on down. So we'll wait on that to cool, and then we'll add our yeast and 3 cups of flour into the mixer. So, buttermilk mixture has been cooling, and it's about 113, 14. So we're going to go ahead and add our eggs. I have beat 2 lovely eggs. If you can see me or not. Did I move the camera? I did. Okay, now we're back over here. Okay, this has cooled to about 115. And so I have 2 lovely eggs that I have beat. And I'm going to mix in. Okay, so that in, and I have my 3 cups of flour in my mixing bowl. Blend this in with my flour. And I'm going to put it over here on my mixer. I'm just going to let that kind of mix. Turn you around here where you can see it. We don't want to do what we did last time we used this mixer, and that was when we made that fudge, stuck that spoon in there and it went flying. I hope all of y'all have seen that video because it was really funny. But hopefully we're not going to do that this time. We cut it off. And let me scrape these sides. I'm being careful this time not to do that again. So push that down in there. And this needs to mix until this is kind of smooth. And then we will add the other 3 cups of flour that we have a little at a time. So we're just going to mix this up until it's smooth. And then we'll add in our other. This is supposed to be a really easy recipe, and we're going to put it in the refrigerator until it doubles in size. And you can keep it in the refrigerator for up to 7 days. And then you cook it in your cupcake tins. So we're going to see how this works. I've never made this particular recipe, so we'll see. Okay, we cut this off for just a minute. yeast. Leave its time. So we're going to add it. And get all of it in. Put that off for just a minute. So we definitely don't want to forget the yeast. Or sling it all over the house. Okay, so we got the yeast in. Just kind of stir that up. And we'll raise it up and kind of push. Okay. I said mix that until it's smooth, so let's mix it a little bit longer. Leave that on about medium. And then after this gets smooth, we will start adding our other 3 cups of flour. Put it up just a little bit. Okay. Cut it off. Push that down, because I don't want to do what I do with that frosting. Okay. We'll let that mix just for another minute. Whew. About had another boo-boo. And then after this gets smooth and you add this, the rest of the flour is beat for 7 minutes. So we'll see if we can start adding this just a little bit at a time. And hopefully we won't make it fly everywhere, like we did with the fudge frosting. Okay, it's been beating for 7 minutes, and so we're done. So we're going to take it and put it in our bowl and put it in the fridge. So as you can see, it's all mixed up. It's pulled away from the sides of the bowl. So it's looking good. So I have about 3 tablespoons of oil in my bowl. I'm going to put it in this bowl. Okay. And then I'm going to take it and roll it in that oil. Okay, I guess that's probably as smooth as it's going to get. Okay, we're going to cover it up, and don't seal it tight, they say. Just loosely wrap it. And we're going to put it in the fridge. So let me wipe my hands so I won't drop the bowl in the floor. And we'll be putting it in the fridge. We'll see you when we get ready to bake them. Look what I got in my refrigerator. Doesn't that look good? We're gonna have some good looking rolls. Good morning, lovelies. It's the next morning after I made my rolls, and I'm getting ready to bake them. And so here's my muffin tin. Make sure you grease this really, really well or they will stick. It may be good if you had some spray, but I didn't have any spray oil to put in here, so I just put a little bit of corn oil in each muffin tin. And so I'm excited to get these rolls going. This is Brenda Gantt's mom's recipe, and I watched her make them and they look delicious. So let's get this going and get these in the oven. Okay, Mojo has decided to go downstairs and get this little heater. So I have that running now next to the stove, and I've cut the stove off and the little oven off, but I've left the lamp on. So we're going to get started here, rolling our rolls out and letting them rise for 2 hours. Look at this dough, how well it has risen in the refrigerator. So I have that, and I have my muffin tin ready. So we're going to get started here. And what you do is you just break off a piece. You take it and roll it up. You're going to make 3 of these little balls. And they'll look like a clover when they rise. Put one there. Okay. Try to make them all about the same size. I think that one I need to roll a little bit more. Kind of roll them until they're kind of smooth. Okay. And they're still not as smooth as I'd like them to be, so let's take him back out and do a little work on him. Okay, he looks a little bit better. So there we have 3 of those. So we're going to do that on all of these, and when I get them all done, we'll come back and show it to you. Getting these rolled up, trying to make them smooth so they will rise. I believe they're going to rise good, looking at the way this rose in that refrigerator. I think I got a little bit too much here, so I'm going to pinch that off. Okay, we got our rolls rolled out, 3 in each little tin here, and we have a good bit left over. So we're going to put them over here to rise, and as Mama used to say, nothing but good, and I know Brenda Gantt will be so happy. Okay, we got them setting over here under this lamp. I have this oven where I had heated up to 250 and opened the door. I've cut it off, and I had this one turned on 400 to get hot. And we got a heater there, so hopefully these things will rise. And so we'll be back with you when we get ready to bake them. They've got to rise for 2 hours, and then we'll bake them on 375 for I think about 10 to 12 minutes. Brenda Gantt baked hers on 400, but my oven gets a little bit hotter than normal, so we'll probably try 375 on my oven. And so we'll see you when they rise. Look how beautiful. These have been rising for about 30 minutes. Looks like they're going to rise beautifully. Okay, let's look at our rolls. What do y'all think about these rolls?
They look good to me.
They look delicious to me.
Ooh, you did good on your Brenda Gantt rolls.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now, we'll have to test them and see. Let me cut this back down because I have a roast in there.
And we want to give props to Brenda Gantt. She does a lot of cooking, but we have things that she don't have too. But anyway, thank you for this.
Looks like they're going to be really good, Brenda. We appreciate the recipe.
Brenda Gantt's mama's recipe.
Looking delicious. I'd melted some butter in the microwave, and I'm just brushing these on there.
You know, I'm crazy. I talked to a lot of people about, I know I'm crazy, but I talked to a lot of people about rolls and bread, and everybody's like me. They love bread. And this bread is our staple, I think, of human life. Bread and God.
Okay, so let's get these on our plate, and let's see how this is going to be. Yeah,
Oh my goodness. Woo, didn't even stick. Check that out, Brenda.
Woo, yes. They're popping just out of there.
You did wonderful, babies.
Yes. Looking good.
All right, we're gonna
Okay.
stay live, guys, until we sample them, see
Yes.
what they taste like. Here we are now.
Trying to get them out here so they won't stick.
This definitely was my favorite thing as a child. I love me some rolls. Thank you, love. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And they got your recipe on here too, right there.
Well, if they followed me along.
You gotta follow her and me, our sweet home life, and then you can make them yourself.
Yes. These baked in probably about 8 minutes, I think. So everybody's oven is different, and I baked mine on 375 in about 8 minutes. So let's take a
I
taste
gotta
and
go.
see.
She can talk, but I'm going. Y'all know me. I like some rolls. You know, look. Seriously, look.
They are absolutely delicious.
Really good rolls.
Who thought that yeast would rise in the refrigerator?
I've never put them in the refrigerator.
These rolls are absolutely delicious. And they are light, they're fluffy, they're not tacky, they're not heavy at all. They are absolutely delicious. And another good thing about them as well, if you're having a holiday feast, then you can fix them a day or two or up to 7 days and put them in the refrigerator. And that way, when the holiday comes, all you have to do is make your little balls and the tins and let them rise for 2 hours and put them in the oven. So they're ideal for holidays and family gatherings. But these are really, really good. Thank you, Brenda Gantt, for the recipe. And thank you for watching our videos and subscribing and liking. Thank you so much.